Lennon Scott project is what we're calling this series of videos. So I started this project years ago just as a solo band member, and it's turned into like all this other stuff. So the name Lennon Scott, years and years ago I played for some big artists, and they said, well, what's your stage name? And I said, Randy. And I said, no, what's your stage name? I said, Randy. I said, you gotta have a stage name. And, oh, okay. So a good friend of mine says, well, what do you like? You know, I said, well, I like the Beatles. And she says, well, how about Lennon? You like Lennon? And I said, yeah, I love Lennon. She says, well, what's your middle name? I said, Scott. How about Lennon Scott? Man, that's a great name. So I used that name as a drummer for years, and later I formed a band, which was me, and I liked the name because it was catchy, so I kept it, Lennon Scott, which is basically me, and then, you know, I added people to the band, and people came and went, and that kind of stuff, and then later I ended up naming my first child Lennon Scott, but that's where the name Lennon Scott came from. So when we shot The Runaway, I thought, well, I'll bring in the other players. I actually had them play the parts that I played originally on the original recording, because on the original recording I played all the parts. But on the re-recorded part, Sean and John played the other parts live, which was nice to have their kind of, I think, touch or feel on those songs, which brought a different kind of, I think, chemistry to it.
Runaway was the first project that we collaborated on, and so when we initially sat down and started talking about the first track that he had sent me, we thought it would be a good way to kind of get our feet wet in doing this whole video series. The song that we ended up recording as the video was a scaled back version. It was more kind of a live acoustic version. That was a little bit different from the original track. And so we thought it would be even better because we were kind of limited on space and we were limited on time, and so we thought, well, it'd be cool if we just, you know, broke it down and just did this acoustic thing with the guitar and the bass and the vocals.
It was interesting because usually as a director I'm sitting behind the camera or at a monitor watching what's happening and okaying it to move to the next scene. So on these videos I was the performer and a producer, so I really wasn't behind the camera very much at all.
It was simple, you know, it was very simple. So you could do, you know, nice sweeping camera moves and kind of, you know, do some nice close-ups and kind of just really feel that whole acoustic vibe. Which we both really, we kind of dug on when we were sitting down putting the initial ideas together.
Sitting behind the camera and looking and performing is obviously very, very different, but being up there and performing and not really seeing what it is until later is a nice surprise.
It's great to be collaborating with someone who gets it, understands, you know, the entertainment value of what it is that he's putting up on stage. He, you know, keeps everything very simple. He's very focused and he knows what he wants to get. And he and I are very similar in that fashion. Once we know kind of the path that we want to go down, we're able to execute it quite well.
I picked Stay With Me because I felt like it had really good energy. I liked the energy from the song. It was kind of a rocky, kind of bluesy kind of song. And I wanted to make this video with me playing all the parts. Kind of something different and new, because really the Lennon Scott is a one-man band deal, but you know, obviously live, we can't have me playing all the parts, but in a video, we can. So I says, hey Phil, you know, can you make 4 of me in this one video? And we sat down and had a bunch of production meetings about it and put it together, and again, it came out exactly what I was thinking in my head.
I came up with this crazy idea of putting myself in front of a green screen in different outfits, singing the different vocal parts, and then recording all of that, and then compositing all 4 of those images on a screen behind me in the live event venue. And I came out and sang the lead part live, and then I had these 4 background singers behind me backing me up, and it was this huge a cappella thing, and everybody loved it, and it was a hit. I don't know if that is what sparked his idea for this or whatever, but obviously I had done it before. I had experience with some green screen and all of that, so we thought, wouldn't it be really cool if we could take Randy and put him in various costumes and put him in different positions on the stage and have him play all the instruments, and then, you know, composite all of these different hymns in the various roles of, you know, bass player, guitar player, drummer, vocalist, the whole thing.
Doing the hair and makeup for Stay With Me was quite an amazing feat, because I had to style 4 different guys on one guy. And it was challenging, and it was fun at the same time.
Working with Nicolette is a really it's great for me, because she brings to the table, I think, stuff that a lot of people cannot do for me. She gets me, and she's right there with everything. It doesn't matter what it is, she's right there, and for me it's great because she's handling stuff for me that I wouldn't think of, and she's doing my makeup, she's doing my hair, and we go way back. We've done shows together for a long time, and so it's a pleasure to have somebody with such a great spirit and a good heart and professionalism on the shows. Like I said, she's doing the hair, she's doing the makeup, she picks all the stuff for me, and she helps me with the wardrobes and the changes and all the things that need to happen, and she has that eye to kind of back up what I'm looking for, and it's the same thing. She's on the same page as me. When I think, I don't even have to say anything to her, and I look at her and she knows exactly what I'm saying. So that's like a great, strong professional connection that is something that I always look for, and it's very rare.
For the drummer, we kind of just wanted to make Randy look like himself, because that's who he is. That's, as far as anybody knows, that's who Randy is as a drummer. For the lead singer, we kind of made him a little more of an edgier feel, more rock and roll frontman with darker, heavier makeup. So that was kind of cool. For the guitar player and the bass player, we kind of made them look a little similar. They were cool guys in the background, kind of down to earth, looking very old school in suits. I like that feel, but we had to make them look a little different from each other.
I think the funnest part about the Stay With Me video was not actually really performing, but doing wardrobe changes and changing into other characters. I actually got that on Shearer. She had a lot of different wardrobe changes and wig changes, and every number was something different, with different lighting, with different songs, obviously. A completely different person. So I remember this one show that we did, and I remember the feedback that I saw from the audience and the people just talking about, what is he doing, what is he doing, what's he gonna do, what's gonna happen in the next song. So whether it was just simply a taking off of the jacket or putting on of a hat or a makeup change or some elaborate thing that would happen, I actually enjoy that part of the performance, even more than the performing sometimes, because when I change that wardrobe into that character, I also change that character within myself, and I'm playing a different part. Believe it or not, I liked doing the vocals the most. I mean, I always enjoy playing drums because I'm a drummer, and everybody else just wants me to play drums. I really liked actually doing all the parts, but I think I like the look of the vocalist the best, personally.
And I think we pulled it off pretty well. I mean, again, it was a very limited budget, but we creatively shot it. The camera angles were such that we would catch a little piece of the drum kit, but we wouldn't actually see that there was not anybody behind it if he was, playing the bass line or the guitar line. Same thing with the lead vocal. We made sure that, he was positioned in such a way that we didn't really give away any of the other areas on stage where he might have been playing in real life. And then we went and shot each one of those characters against the green screen and composited them and, did the little movie magic and made it all work. And I like I said, I'm very happy with the end product. I think for the concept being what it was, I thought we pulled it off right.
So we're definitely gearing up to do a series of music videos, and we're gearing up to do a show soon, like a live concert, not a small club venue or something like that, but mainly a nice big show to do some old songs and possibly some new songs, and I'm collaborating and writing new songs with new stuff. And so we have a lot of new projects and a lot of stuff on the menu that are coming up.
And I'm very proud to be on this project because I can see it growing and expanding in ways that no other project I've ever been on has done before. So I'm very happy to be working with Randy and Lennon Scott.
I look forward to seeing what comes next. We've had these two really successful video shoots that we've done. We're in the process right now of designing the live stage show that's kind of going to accompany not only these videos, but there's a lot of other material that he has as Lennon Scott. I think we're also going to try to shoot that as well, and maybe market that as a DVD. Live event production is kind of my background. It's where I come from. It's very strong in my roots as far as production design and lighting design. That'll really help accompany the material and the audience and the overall performances of the band, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.